What's up, you guys? Aftershare Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. So we have 2 episodes of Stargate SG-1 today. No Atlantis. Let's get into it.
Well, you might want to think about taking a shower before you debrief Landry.
Right after Lamb clears us.
Yeah, lucky her.
Maybe if we're lucky, she'll give us all a sponge bath.
I wouldn't repeat that around the General Lieutenant.
I wouldn't repeat that around me.
You shouldn't repeat that around Daniel. He's married to her.
Hey, Colonel. How'd it go, by the way?
Not good. 885's gone all right.
3rd planet this month.
Greetings.
Have you contemplated your destiny?
I have read from the book, and I find it to be most illuminating.
Antares and the river. How the people of the Low Valley were freed from the yoke of an iron serpent who ruled over them without mercy. Do you see this as more than mere coincidence?
You suggested this prophecy.
Such is the wisdom granted by true enlightenment and the road we all must take.
Many Jafar are without faith and direction, hurt by the lies and betrayal of those who have enslaved us.
You have been burned by evil, but do not let that keep you from the warmth and light of the eternal flame. Let Origin show you the way.
It may still take some time for other Jafar to see Origin as I have come to see it.
For God's sakes!
But I vow to spread the word of the Ori to all Jafar.
Hallowed are the Ori.
If I've been dying, my foot up your ass.
Are we talking about an anti-prior gun here? Because I don't remember seeing the word gun anywhere in here.
Well, it wouldn't be a gun, exactly, but that is kind of what made us think it was possible.
Because I was able to shoot Kalec while he was focused on defending himself from you.
Which meant he wasn't omnipotent.
You think the priors are the same?
We've identified specific portions of the brain that were active when Kalec was using his unique abilities.
Now, he had those abilities because he was in a much more evolved state, very close to Ascension. Now, we're hoping that the Ori are affecting the priors in much the same way.
Dr. Lee and I are working on a way of targeting and neutralizing those higher brain functions, using a field generator emitting fluctuating ultrasonic frequencies.
And my headache was just going away.
I don't want to sound overly
I
optimistic,
got some
sir,
Nerfin if
but
you
I
want
think we
some,
may
my
be
guy.
close to testing within a couple of days.
I would like to report that something positive came out of that whole Kalec situation.
Yes, sir.
Keep me posted.
The Ori were attempting to construct a means by which to invade our galaxy and attack us.
They offered us the wisdom of the ages and everlasting life, and we met that with force. Were their actions not justified?
Thousands of lives were lost.
All the more reason why we should respect their power.
If you are suggesting we have no other choice but to acquiesce, that would be cowardice. Garrick.
Bitch, I'm gonna have to beat you up. I don't know.
I believe their intentions are pure.
I believe a recess is in order. The council will deliberate on Garrick's proposal.
This man, I swear. Also, Tilk, my guy, you're growing a full head of hair now.
I came as soon as I heard.
It's not even just like a little bit, that's a lot of hair.
Garrick has proposed that the religion of the Ori should be adopted by all Jafar.
As long.
To be taught to our children. Its benedictions and traditions followed to the letter. Should it be ratified by the council, all Jafar would have no choice but to accept the Ori as gods.
True belief cannot be legislated. Surely the council must know this is beyond their purview.
Garrick seems to have swayed many. He is convinced that the Ori represent the true gods we have all sought for generations, and that only by worshipping them can we finally find peace and enlightenment.
Then he is a fool and must be revealed as such.
Garrick is many things, but he's no fool, Tilk. Because of us, too many Jafar now know that the ancients of this galaxy will never offer us a quick path to ascension.
The Ori are not the answer.
No, but Garrick is old.
What?
It's Colonel Barnes. About 3 hours ago, he came in complaining of fatigue. About an hour after that, he could barely stand.
High fever, chest pain, respiratory distress. Sound familiar?
You're certain it's the same?
He's displaying identical symptoms as the people who were infected on 412. It's a prior plague.
We have to find Lieutenant Fisher, and fast.
In my many years of service, I've met with our men and women in uniform around the world. Active, Guard, and Reserve, those on the front lines and those here at home. And then as now, I am continually amazed. Thank you.
Okay, we got some slow-mo going on. You planning on shooting him or something? What's going on? That was weird.
Lieutenant Fisher.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to come with me immediately. Come on, back away. In here, please.
It was a couple of days before we left the planet. Airman Ryan and I went to morning prostration. The prior was there preaching.
You had no idea your cover had been blown?
No, sir. There was no way anybody from that planet could have known we were from Earth. The prior walked among us, touching people on the head as some sort of benediction.
Oh, wait. He touched you on your head?
I'm sorry, sir. If I had realized it was so important, I would have put it in my report.
That's all right, Lieutenant. Thank you.
Pretty important.
So how come he isn't sick?
I'm guessing it's because he's just a carrier.
Colonel, Dr. Lamb.
He's definitely patient zero.
The team on site at Peterson just reported that 2 of the people in the crowd at General Hammond's speech are displaying symptoms and have tested positive. The general himself is fine.
That's
great.
good, sir. What about the restaurant and gas station Fisher stopped at on his way into town?
The CDC has mobilized units to try and contain the situation. They've sent out bulletins to every hospital and medical facility in the state.
Do we have a cover story?
A new influenza that first appeared at St. Francis Medical Center 2 days ago.
COVID-19.
We're issuing a press release in an hour. Colonel, I'd like you in the field, following up on Lieutenant Fisher's activities, just to be sure.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go with the council? Have they made a decision?
They have not, but I've been told that they are leaning towards accepting Garrick's proposal.
Doesn't sound good.
Braytak and I no longer believe this battle can be won through diplomacy alone. The council must know of our resolve by other means.
Such as?
We will travel to Chulak to meet with other Jaffa leaders who feel as we do. No matter what the council decides, we will resist any alliance with the Ori.
So your fight for freedom may end up in an all-out civil war.
Indeed.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Testing frequencies.
With Dark Pariah?
Can't hear a thing. Noise canceling technology.
Oh, I fucking love those.
How's it coming?
Oh, well. I mean, we all know our auditory senses are a direct line to certain brain functions, and we know that they respond differently to different sonic frequencies, but, you know, trying to achieve something as specific as isolating one small part of the brain, that's like, I mean, it's like trying to do something that's impossible.
Good analogy.
Come on, I haven't slept. What?
What?
No, I said it first. What are you looking at?
Nothing. I think I'm just tired too.
Have you closed the state borders, sir? Too late for that, Colonel. We already have reported cases in Utah, Kansas, and New Mexico.
Damn, that was fast.
Faster than we can move. Airports, bus stations, train stations are all secure at this point, but more than one person seems to have gotten out. Track them
Always
down,
the case
Colonel.
somehow, hey.
Panicked citizens are demanding answers from authorities who have been clearly overwhelmed by the speed and scope of the virus. Despite their best efforts, the contagion continues to spread at an alarming rate.
I'm gonna go get some coffee. Do you want anything?
No, I'm good.
You're so close.
I know.
Hello, Sam. It's good to see you again. I've missed you.
Who are you?
I had no choice but to take this form. It's me, Orlan.
Creepy dude? Why you kid this time?
As far as I can tell, he's a normal human adolescent.
According to the mission report on your first encounter with Orlan, you two had a intimate relationship?
Well, we did.
Wow. So why come back?
He said he had no choice, sir.
That makes sense, actually.
Sir, I think he's taken a huge risk just to be here. We should at least hear him out.
I'm sorry, aren't you breaking some major cosmic rules here? I mean, why did the others let you go without wiping your memory clean?
Honestly, I don't really know. I guess enough of them felt it was necessary for someone to step out of line and warn you.
I'm assuming you're talking about the Ori. We're already aware of the threat they pose.
Believe me, you don't know everything.
Along
obviously.
So, the Ori and the Alterans were one society, human, on an evolutionary path to ascension. But a philosophical division grew. The Ori grew more and more fervent in their religious belief. The Alterans, for a lack of a better way of putting it, believed in science. The Ori tried to wipe them out.
So instead of going to war, the Alterans built a ship, left their galaxy, and came here. We know that both the Alterans and the Ori eventually ascended, and that the Ori passed on a religion called Origin to the next evolution of humans they created.
Yes, but the central promise of the religion, everything Origin's followers devote themselves to, is a lie.
Are you saying that the Ori don't offer their followers ascension?
No, most certainly not. Then they'd have to share.
Share what?
The power they sap from those who worship them.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I said.
Are you saying
right?
there's a real physical transfer of energy to the Ori that occurs simply through a human being's belief in them?
Simply is not how I would put it. It's quite complicated, but possible. And for it to have a measurable effect, it requires massive numbers of humans relinquishing their will. Nevertheless, it is one of the main reasons the ancients have so strongly believed in strict non-interference in the lower planes.
Because the temptation to manipulate and align lower life forms in some order for your own purposes could result in exactly this type of abusive corruption.
The Ori empower themselves by sapping the life force of those willing to surrender themselves to them.
Unknowingly. And this promise of salvation in return
leads to nothing but death of the most meaningless kind.
Because there's no conscious effort to achieve enlightenment without being spoon-fed by the Ori.
Do the priors know this?
No, they're merely pawns. The more worlds the priors convert, the more powerful the Ori become. They must be stopped.
Why don't the ancients, Alterans, whatever you call yourselves now, why don't you stop them?
I'm one of them no longer, and even if I was, it is unclear whether such action could result in victory, nor is such an endeavor at that level necessarily the next best step to further enlightenment.
It's
all
so
I can
weird
say
hearing
for
all these
sure
giant
is that
words
if this
coming out of
galaxy
kids'
were to
mouths.
succumb and bow to the Ori, it would be very bad for everyone.
A group of unbelievers, Jafar, who would stand against your leadership and the Ori, are meeting as we speak on Chulak.
The true belief cannot be forced upon others. The offering of Origin speaks for itself. I believe that in time, they will come to believe that this is true.
As you have said, the Jafar are strong-willed. You are a people that understands the nobility of bloodshed, the necessity of sacrifice.
What would you have me do?
Go to Chulak. Mark it as the last place a Jafar will ever defy the power of the Ori, and destroy all those who will not walk the path to enlightenment.
We're hoping that as long as you're here, you may be able to help us.
I no longer possess the power to simply cure this plague as I could have as an ascended being. However, with the knowledge I still retain, I believe I can synthesize a cure using your medical technology.
You built a Stargate in my basement with spare parts from a toaster.
Actually, this will be a little harder than that.
Garrick, the battle at Kalana. I lost a cousin there.
It does still haunt me today, but it does not cause me to doubt my decision.
I have read from the Book of Origin, searched for the wisdom you speak so highly of, and I do see fables meant to fill a soul bereft of hope with purpose, stories of morality and righteousness.
And this is not worthy of your respect?
So are the traditions of the Jafar. Are we just supposed to abandon all that we are?
No, but if you want to look real close, you'll find that everything that we want is in here. Everything that we ever desired is in here.
Basically, I know what I need to make. I just don't have any of the right materials or tools.
This is the best we have. I can get you a toaster if you need it.
Not unless you're hungry for toast.
Waffle iron? Look, I hate to be pushy, but do you have any kind of time frame on this?
Honestly, time from your perspective is not something I'm all that used to dealing with.
Is there anything I can do?
You can keep me company.
What have you got, Colonel?
Sir, we have a problem. Looks like one of the people who used the gas pump Fisher Touch got onto a plane before the quarantine went into effect. It's bad. He caught a flight to Denver.
I mean, you can get in contact with the pilot.
I have to admit, it's nice
Right?
being out of that uncomfortable suit for a while. I know I'm vulnerable now as a human, yet I still can't quite get my head around my own frailty.
Well, you've been at it nearly 9 hours straight. Need something to eat.
I am hungry. Maybe it's just me. It has been a while since I experienced human senses, but this food doesn't smell very good.
That's because it's not very good.
I remember eating pretty well the last time I did this.
This is a one-way trip for you this time, isn't it? The others, they're not going to help you ascend again, are they?
I don't think so. I know it must be kind of weird, my appearing this young.
A little, but I understand.
My only regret in all this is that human social conventions preclude us from showing affection the way I wish I could.
Excuse me?
My feelings haven't changed for you since we last saw each other, Sam. Maybe in a few years. It's okay, we don't need to talk about it any further. I just wanted you to know that taking human form at this age, while necessary, didn't come easy because of how I knew I would feel being here with you again. Is it me, or is this food not very good?
Are you making a joke?
It has been a while since I tasted food, but it seems terrible.
We just talked about that.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. I'm used to hearing my own thoughts in my mind, and sometimes it's hard to distinguish which ones I say out loud. Did I tell you I still have feelings for you?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we don't need to go into that again.
I'm starting to forget stuff.
So how does it work, assuming it actually does work?
You know, I keep telling myself that one of these days I'm gonna do something that actually gets me a little respect.
We're all waiting for that day, Bill.
Theoretically, once activated, the device will emit an omnidirectional ultrasonic field.
And that will prevent a prior from accessing the highly evolved area of his brain that gives him the superhuman ability.
Of course, we're presuming that the staff weapons the priors carry are also mentally activated and will also be neutralized.
While we're at it, why don't we just assume that I can fly?
Oh, actually, I've been working on a theory
You said yourself it would be risky.
Yeah, I know I said that, but the more I'm hearing, the more it's crossing over into crazy. Don't get me wrong, I like crazy, that's why I asked for this job.
One more thing. There's a range of frequencies programmed into the emitter. If one doesn't work at first, try the others.
You are not welcome here. The powers of the Ori cannot be denied. I have come to beg you to cease this madness or be destroyed.
By whose hand?
My Hatak is in orbit above this planet.
You would murder your brothers and sisters, innocent children, for choosing the life of a free Jaffa.
You leave me no alternative. You have been warned.
I have them targeted. Shall I open fire?
The only true darkness lives in the hearts of those who will not follow the path. Otherwise, there's always some measure of light. And where there is light, the Ori see all.
I spare their lives because I believe they will soon see.
You defy me! We do not serve the Ori at our whim!
You cannot win the hearts of the Jaffa by needlessly spilling the blood of the innocent.
Okay, so he's got some kind of
We cannot begin to
moral.
question those with a knowledge and understanding of the infinite universe. If a few Jaffa must give their lives so that all Jaffa from now until the end of time can find true enlightenment, then who are you to stand in the way?
Would you forgive me?
Ask me not for forgiveness. I sense your doubt, Garrick. But fear not. The Ori do not require blind obedience. They will show you their power.
Where are we?
Your physical form remains on Dakara. The power of the Ori has brought your mind here, to Celestis, city of the gods. Come.
Hallowed are the Ori.
Relax, Jackson. I spent 2 weeks with these guys. We got nothing to worry about.
Well, considering what happened the last time we were here, you'll forgive me if I'm a little cautious.
We'll be fine.
We still fine?
Yeah, we're fine.
Good, just checking.
That's right, have him contact me as soon as he lands. We're tracking a new outbreak in Florida.
It's alright. It's not in Australia yet. Should be fine.
Can I have your attention, please? At last count, we have reports of over 8,000 people infected in 13 states. As a result of these numbers, as of 0800 this morning, the President has ordered that all borders in the United States be closed until further notice. All inbound planes and ships and other traffic will be ordered to divert to alternate destinations. Our country is now entirely under quarantine.
Yep, we've been there.
You cannot ratify this proposal until all members of this council have been heard from. So far, 6 regional members...
to delay the inevitable.
If and when all Jafar wish to embrace the Ori, then we shall act accordingly.
If our brothers refuse to accept Origin into their hearts, then they seal their own fate. We cannot turn our backs on our own salvation because of indecisiveness.
And they will see their way to the path.
It is the destiny of all Jafar to follow Origin.
Did they give him a little mustache just so that they'd have some gray? I'm just wondering because it looked like it. Oh, stupid Jafar! Fucking, you guys suck. Hey, what's up you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. It's interesting that they brought Orlin back. I know him as Creepy Dude that stalked Sam. Yeah. And it's interesting seeing like an outbreak of a disease like this be so like effective. You know, being in 2024 now, where we've all dealt with COVID-19 and the way that outbreak occurred and all the quarantine and lockdowns that we had to go through. Just, it's interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.